All right, so a little bit of a new routine with our new-founded member of the farm. We're gonna teach her how to run chores with us. She does a pretty good job of keeping up. We're gonna introduce her every single day to goats, pigs, chickens, and whoa, 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 right under my feet. And all the other dogs, so that she knows who belongs here and who doesn't. We are learning that this is a much bigger commitment than we had anticipated, simply because she's still a dog. Her nature is to still be a predator, but these dogs are, when they're very well trained, very capable of holding down the fort and protecting our farm. So we do keep her indoors because she's so tiny. Okay, so Miss Heidi here, she's gonna be learning. I'm in the process of teaching her how to protect all of our animals, all of our assets here. We will take you along for the journey. Hopefully it doesn't take a long time. From what I understand, these dogs grow to full size very, very quickly. But we'll find out together, because this is new for me and I'm going to show you every bit of it. These are the three new ladies that we picked up in the video where we introduced Heidi. They were free range, kind of where they came from, and there was a dog and turkeys and all kinds of animals there, so they seem to be pretty receptive to Miss Heidi. Some of our other girls are dead set on kicking this girl's butt. Seriously, I believe they would kill her if I wasn't paying attention. So, what are you doing? So we're trying to introduce her slowly and keep her in the right environment, keep her with the goats as much as possible, but as supervised as possible, because this tiny thing is no match for the horns of some of our goats. So we just try to give her as much exposure as possible and give them as much exposure as possible as well, so long as everybody stays safe. Would you get out of there? All right. You silly girl. Here, baby girl. You're okay. These girls are eating, so on to the other outside goats. You ready? Woo! What do you think? Come on, booger. Oh. So I want to be extra careful around Louie because he has the biggest horns and the hardest punch out of all these goats. Maybe Big Mama has the hardest punch, but we want to make sure that Heidi and Louie have a good relationship, because that's, I think, where the problems will come in if we don't do this right. Because Louie's job is to protect the herd of goats, and now Miss Heidi's job is to protect the herd of goats. And Heidi, by nature, is a predator, so her and Louie are going to have some issues, I think. But I believe with the right type of training and conditioning, we can make sure that's not an issue. Yeah, Mr. Milo, he doesn't get near as much screen time as some of the other animals because he's pretty low maintenance. We do put him up in the evening time so we can milk in the morning. He's kind enough to share with us. But he just eats hay like his mama and drinks milk. So we really don't have to do a whole lot with him. He's pretty self-sufficient. He plays with the goats after we put him up in the evening. And Miss Jewel gets a little bit of a break from that. And he is a big, strong, healthy boy, doing well. So Miss Frida got excited when I was feeding some of the other pigs and stepped over the electric fence. She has done this once or twice before, and it's absurd because she gets excited, steps over the electric fence, and then realizes that there's a fence there, and she is too scared to cross back over, even if I step on it and hold it to the ground. Not a huge deal, but we don't want her bred back yet. We want her to gain some weight, and we also provide a nursery for the moms that have litters, and we don't want them to we don't want that to happen at the same time. So we're waiting for Miss Rosie to have her babies. Once they're weaned, then we would like for the next mom to have her litter. So I didn't bring the camera, so unfortunately you didn't get to see her jump over the fence. And by jump, I use that term very loosely. She stepped over the fence because she was hungry. But it's raining again, and unfortunately I didn't bring the camera with me. I'm going to attempt to get her back in the rain, in the mud, with a bunch of 400, 500, 600 pound pigs in the mix. I'll bring my cell phone to see if I can get a little bit of video of that, but I will be leaving this camera behind, so we'll see how much of that footage I can get. But if I can't get you footage, I figured I'd at least tell you the story, because whatever, as crazy as it is that these pigs stay contained in a 2-wire electric fence, every now and then hunger will cause them to step right over the fence. I'm going to attempt to set up temporary electric fence to trick Miss Frida into going back into the paddock that she came from. Again, this isn't a horrible situation, we just don't want her pregnant right now. So the hard part is there's 3 other pigs in here, so I just have to isolate her and then try to scoot her into the new area. I'll see how much of this I can show you. Alright, third things first, I'm going to disconnect the electric fence so I don't get shocked. Yeah, high-tech stuff right there, buddy. Okay, I can't believe that worked. So all I did, if I can get these giant pigs away from me, they think I have food. All I did, whoa buddy. Okay, enough of that, enough of that. Okay, so all I did was pick up this post here. I distracted the rest of the other pigs, and Miss Frida knows that that's her bowl and that's where I normally feed her. And so I picked it up high enough to where she can't see it, and she just walked right through. It did take a little bit, but now I need to hustle and get this electric fence back up and running before these guys get hip to the fact that it's not on. I did try to make a little, what do you call this, like a funnel. I put the electric fence here where there's just a little bit of an opening. But yeah, they're smart animals. They weren't buying it. They weren't coming in here, and certainly wasn't getting one of them isolated in here. So sometimes you just have to try things and see what works, and then sometimes the most simple, ridiculous thing works when you just pick up the fence and the girl goes exactly where she wants to be. Thank God it was that easy, because it's raining on my head right now and it's a muddy mess, and I don't want to be out here doing this right now. So, victory. Ooh. Little thunder and lightning. Mr. Boris has found the food that I dropped. Oh, that's not Boris, that's Sasha. Anyways, it's getting crazy out here. Starting to rain a little harder. I think we're about to experience a thunderstorm. So I'm gonna go inside to get this fence put away. I'm gonna go inside, take advantage of the rain and get some videos edited for you. And I think Miss Lara is gonna make some butter and some bread. We are in the process of making some videos for y'all. Bread making, the butter making, the candy making, all that fun stuff. Got your tongue sticking out? You got your tongue sticking out? You wanna go outside? Let's go outside.